Welcome. Today we are going to learn about your new phone system, Asterisk, and how to use the new phones that we have placed, or are going to place, on your desk. My name is Aaron Gilbert, and I will be your virtual trainer today. First, let's begin with what is Asterisk. Asterisk is an open source PBX application written for the Linux operating system, and is therefore cost-effective, i.e. free. Mark Spencer, the software creator, needed an inexpensive phone system for his home-based business, and so Mark began working on Asterisk in 1999. Asterisk is the software that makes your Polycom phone work. The first question that may come to mind is, since this is a free product, do we have external support? The answer is absolutely yes. We have support through two different companies, Digium and Elastix. In addition, community support is phenomenal for Asterisk. So, why Asterisk? If we are using Polycom phones, why wouldn't we use a Polycom phone system? First, Polycom is not a manufacturer of PBXs or phone systems. Second, Asterisk is capable of integrating with almost every brand of phones manufactured, Polycom, Cisco, Avaya, Linksys, to name a few. When we tested the various phones available, we found the Polycom phones to have the best quality for the price. As you know, Scripps is changing the way it does business. Nearly every aspect of how the Scripps business is run is changing, which includes technology, such as new computer systems, new network infrastructure, and a new phone system. The bottom line is that Asterisk will save us money and will provide the same features and hopefully more. Today we moved your cheese, or at least your phone. I speak for the entire network and telecom team. We really want to make the new phone system migration as simple as possible. So, let's move on to talking about the phones and what they are capable of. These phones have many features that you may already be familiar with, such as call transfer, call forwarding, conference calls, voicemail, etc. Some of the newer features that are available as part of the Polycom phones and the Asterisk phone system are digital copies of incoming faxes, varying call forwarding, and conference bridges. So, let's get started on using your new phones. First, let's begin with talking about the two types of phones you'll see in your office. The IP335 series, which is what you see on the screen now, and the IP450 series, 550 series, and 650 series, which is very similar to the 450 that you see on the screen. The phones consist of hard buttons and soft buttons. Depending on which phone you are using, a hard button on the 335 could be a soft button on the 450, 550, or 650. Don't worry, we'll cover the buttons as we cover each topic. Some of the more obvious buttons are the mute button, which does what you would expect, mute the call, and the speaker button, which uses the speakerphone capability of the phone. The other buttons of interest are the line buttons, which on the 335 phones are displayed as line 1 and 2. On the 450 phones, the line buttons are less obvious and could even be considered soft buttons. Although the actions are similar, if you have a 335 phone, pay attention to the method for the 335 and ignore the 450 series. Let's start with making some calls. There are numerous ways to make a call. You can use your handset, speaker, or headset if you have one. You can also dial the number before picking up the handset or after you have picked up the handset. For ease of use, I would recommend dialing the number and then picking up the handset as the best method for making calls. Dial an extension and then lift the handset. The call is immediately placed. The delay you see here is only in the training environment. If you pick up the handset or push the speaker button first, then you must dial the number, and sometimes you'll be required to press the dial button to complete the call. On the 335, this is a hard button, and on the 450 series, this would be a soft button, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. As you can see, the second soft button says dial. All external calls will require a 9 followed by the number. If the call is out of the local area code, normal phone rules apply and you must dial 1 and the area code. As an example, we'll complete a call to the Ventura County Star. I can either lift the handset or press the dial button, which is the same as hitting the speaker button. Now say you missed a call while you are away from your desk. These phones have the capability to display all received calls, including missed calls. On both phones, push the down arrow on the arrow pad and you will see received calls. On the 335 series phone, missed calls and received calls are in the same list. Missed calls are symbolized by a telephone, and calls that you answered are symbolized by a handset of a phone. On the 450 series phone, which includes the 550 and 650 series, you also push the down arrow to access missed calls. What you'll notice is the title says missed calls, which does not include received calls. To access received calls on the 450 series phones, you push the left arrow from the main menu. To get more information on a received or missed call on the 335 series phone, press the check button in the middle of the arrow pad and then the info soft button. On the 450 series phone, which includes the 550 and the 650, press the more soft button and then the info soft button, as demonstrated on the screen. You can view the details of the call by using the up and down arrows on the arrow pad. This works on the 335 series, the 450, 550, and 650 series phones. To back up one screen, similar to the back button on your web browser, hit the left arrow on the arrow pad. Press this multiple times and you will end up back at the main screen. To view dialed calls, press the right arrow on the arrow pad. The same methods apply to this list for viewing more information as do the missed and received calls lists. While on a call, the soft keys will change to facilitate your current action. On the 335 series phones, the soft buttons will be end call, transfer, and conference, with the hold button being what's called a hard button on the bottom right of the phone. On the 450 series phones, which includes the 550 and 650, the soft buttons will be hold, end call, transfer, and conference. To transfer a call, press the Trans soft button. At this point, you have the choice to choose blind transfer, which terminates your involvement in the call immediately after dialing the number, or normal transfer, which allows you to speak to the person you are transferring to prior to completing the transfer. You must hit blind first prior to dialing the number to perform a blind transfer. To perform a normal transfer, you can either choose normal or just start dialing your number, and then press the dial button. Next, we will look at setting up call forwarding. There are three options that we will discuss on call forwarding: always, no answer, and on busy, which is generally when you're on the phone. These features are the same on both the 335 series phones and the 450, which includes the 550 and 650. However, accessing those features is slightly different. On the 335 series phones, you access the call forwarding feature by pressing the menu hard button, press the check button in the middle of the arrow pad for option 1 features, then the down arrow to choose option 3 forward, and push the check button again. On the 450 series phones, which includes the 550 and 650, press the forward soft button As you can see, this process is much simpler than the 335. For always, no answer, and busy, you put the phone number that you want to transfer to in the contact field. When typing the number, be sure to use the normal dialing rules. For internal calls, just enter in an extension. For external calls, be sure that you use 9, and if it's a long distance number, 91, and then the area code. We'll demonstrate by setting up a forwarding for always. We're going to do an internal extension forward, and you finish this on the 450 by hitting enable. You'll notice a status change on the soft line buttons. That demonstrates that it's in forward mode. To disable forwarding, push the forward button again. Select always, which says enabled, and push the disable soft button. Let's demonstrate call forwarding on the 335 series phones. Push the menu hard button, select features by pressing the check button, scroll down to option 3 forward, press the check button. In this demonstration, we're going to do an always forward. Push the check button again to select always. When the contact field arrives, press the check button to edit that field. Type in the extension, which in this demonstration will be just a local extension. Push the OK soft button. Now we need to enable this call forwarding feature, so press the down arrow on the arrow pad, press the check button, and then push the right button to change that to enabled. Now you click the OK button, hit the back arrow on the arrow pad, and the yes soft button to save this forwarding setting. Hit the left arrow on the arrow pad twice to come back to the main menu. You can see here on the side that both lines are now in call forwarding state. In addition, the status bar at the top will say call forward enabled. To disable this feature, press the menu button, select features with the check button, select option 3 forward with the check button, edit always, which you can see says enabled, by pressing the check button, push the down arrow, select forward by pushing the check button, hit the right button to change to disabled, and press OK. Hit the left arrow to back up, save your configuration, and now you can see the forwarding has been disabled.